How many of you recognize nobody in the world has a duty to defend your life? Because nobody in the world has the same interest you do to defend your life. It is a personal interest and a duty in the first law of nature. In that we must understand there's a hierarchy involved. We live in a day where we've been taught an inverted hierarchy. The hierarchy is God created man. Man created society. Society created government. Each step further down the hierarchy, you have less power. But how many of you see today that our proper flow of authority and government has been inverted? How many people do you know that think government is the highest power? Which means, by the way, we are beneath government. Which means we are subjects to rulers. Which means we didn't create them. They created us. I want us to think about these things because everything in history, everything in our foundational documents, everything that built America proves every single day that our governments, federal, state, and local, are operating outside their created authority and engaging in massive overreach to the destruction of our rights. History also proves that more oppression means that the people in their spirit wake up, because I believe we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. I believe that. I believe that every person created in the image of God has within them a spirit of liberty given to them by God that needs and yearns to live in liberty. Now see, we have forgotten that government has a single purpose. I mean, we remembered it long enough to write it down, but we don't read these things anymore and we don't study them. And it says that to secure these rights, what rights? The inalienable rights. Which inalienable rights? The ones given to us by the nature of our creation. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the politicians. Oh, did I read that wrong? From the consent of the president. Oh, I know what it says. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consensus of the Supreme Court. I want you to notice from the very beginning, we are the head of government. That if they are operating outside our consent, their power is not just. And let me just put this out there for any of the politicians who will tell you, because I've had these conversations with them, well, you elected me, so you consent to what I do. No. No. Your election to office is not a blind consent for me to be obedient in anything that you can think of and pass by a majority of your body. However, our silence and compliance becomes our consent.